playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They can.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. It's fielded at the 45. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
Prescott has some things to clean up from last season, leading the NFL with 15 interceptions in only 12 games played. But we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons for the first time since 2007.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 47 yards. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Running out of the gun with ETN. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. Oh, some strong running. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard, 40 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Jaguars back with it on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
They'll start on the ground. ETN powers through.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And they'll go again with ETN.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as he'll give to Pollard.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
63 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with the run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. A give to Pollard running left.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Micah Parsons.
What a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
31 yards on the punt there. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid.
And got his man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, CeeDee, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that makes the score 28-0.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
Hey, Ron!
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
As they've got it as we resume action. And this one also slowly developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets... field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if it...
He's got a man complete. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Kevontae Turpin,
52 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes this 35-0 now. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Beathard to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jonathan Hankins. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Rush.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown.
Jalen Tolbert.
51 yards.
And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it is 42-0.
Jaguars nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
You get a peek here at this past draft class for them, and you know the front office certainly prioritized certain traits that they were looking to take advantage of in this draft, Charles. A lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, a lot of talent here in this crew.
And Brandon, one of the things I know about the best drafters in the business, they have a plan, and they find a way to stick to it on draft day despite the chaos. They want to land some of the biggest names on their board, and in the end, this group, they came together, found people that really fit their team's identity, and selected them.
They'll throw here. Beathard. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins.
Let's go.
And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On second down, Lawrence. And he's going to go down again. Dorrance Armstrong. He's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because actually had another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
And the pressure gets to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Here's Lewis to return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now here come the Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going for it. Rush. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
4 yards on the pickup.
Second down and 6 now.
At the 50-yard line.
Running from the gun, Johnson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a short pickup to about the 25.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it in. Game.
2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now rush. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
I know they got the 1st down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it. But I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Jones, 56 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon Gaudin. Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, The preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line and linebacker. 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Aubrey now for the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here's Chris Claybrooks to return.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
To throw is Beathard.
And this complete right side to the tight end Farrell.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Beathard to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Mozzie Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here comes Lewis. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And you see the last drive, great chunky yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, another shot for Jones. 116 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones, 15 yards.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And some room to work.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 156 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
But whatever they were trying to call, Chad Muma had it read from the start, getting behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one 28 yards on the ground. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter.
Let's go. Back to throw Beathard. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Jonathan Hankins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Beathard. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him.
Under pressure now, Beathard goes down to the turf.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. Rush with it on first down. He's got it complete to Tolbert.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Rush to throw on first down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the show.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush. Back in the pocket.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Luke Schoonmaker.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw is Beathard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now out come the Jags.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On 2nd down, Johnson.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st.
And the Jaguar 1st down.
Now Beathard.
And that one's going to come up short. Low throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Beathard. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. The at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's 2nd and 3.
On the give, this is their fullback.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. Now, we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Well, Jones with a nice burst there on first down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards the pickup, first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Now the toss to Jones, running right.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball, when we see them the next time out.
Aubrey now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
On 2nd and 10, Beathard. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown. Their lead in the final stages.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
Not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
The players on your team earned quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.